gossip and entertainment only. Let's get started.
8 grandpa robbers were found guilty for their roles in the 2016 robbery and kidnapping of Kim Kardashian in Paris. The group orchestrated an elaborate heist at Kardashian's luxury hotel suite, during which she was zip-tied and locked in a bathroom while $9 million worth of jewelry, including her diamond engagement ring from Kanye West, was stolen. Most of the robbers were in their late 50s and 60s when arrested and are now in their 60s and 70s, with many suffering from serious health conditions such as cancer, Parkinson's, and Alzheimer's. One suspect died before the trial began. After the robbers fled, Kim Kardashian managed to free herself by scraping the tape off against a bathroom sink. The ringleader was identified through DNA evidence found on the zip ties. He was linked to the sale of the stolen diamonds in Belgium, which were never recovered. The verdict comes nearly a decade after the shocking crime, finally delivering a sense of justice for Kardashian, who described the incident as one of the most traumatic moments of her life.
So you heard all that. Shout out to that content creator. But what it did not say is that, yes, they were found guilty and they did receive an 8-year prison sentence. But guess what? Because the sentence was 8 years and these grandpas are so old, they were given 8 years with 5 years suspension. So they won't be going to jail at all. Nobody will be going to jail. And since this happened a decade ago, 10 years ago, and it's just going to trial now in 2025, I think some of the grandpas did do a little time behind bars. Nothing long, nothing like that. But again, because of their ages and, one is already dead. So giving them the 8 years and they're in their 60s and 70s, they just did not, did not give them time to go serve in jail. And it says 3 of the members of the crew was sentenced to 7 years with 5 years suspended. And then the people who were involved, it says the 10 defendants were charged in connection to the robbery. However, 2 of the defendants, both of whom were considered informants that allegedly passed on Miss Kardashian's activity during Paris Fashion Week to the gang, were acquitted. Now, how can you acquit 2 of the defendants who gave out her information? How is that acquitting? And what basically they're saying too is because she was on social media, detailing where it was, that's one of the reasons why. But no, here it says in the article that they use the word allegedly passed on activity during Paris Fashion Week to where she was, unless they couldn't prove that. That makes no sense to me. But yeah, so none of these guys will be facing any jail time. They're in their 60s and 70s. One is already dead. And yeah, that's it, And with Kim, her release was, the crime was the most terrifying experience of my life, leaving a lasting impact on me and my family. While I've never forgot what happened, I believe in the power of growth and accountability and pray for healing of all. I remain committed to advocating for justice and promoting a fair legal system. So that's what Kim had to say. Now, another thing I wanted to talk about was Kim's outfit to court. Now, this is just one of the looks. This looks like she's still in Paris Fashion Week. Like she went over there for Paris Fashion Week. For her to dress this glamour for court, I get it. She's Kim Kardashian. Some people would say, you have to dress down. Don't show that you have money. Show that this is the reason why they came for you. But nah, look at Kim. I mean, she did choose the right color, right? Black. But still, this is a little bit too much, too glamour to go into court when you're on a robbery case. And, some might say the proof is in the pudding, so she don't need to dress down to get any sympathy or for people to feel for her, because it happened to her. These are the people who did it to her so she can dress any way she wants. But still, showing up to court like you're on the runway, you're in a fashion magazine, you're on a photo shoot, but bless her, she can do it. They know who Kim Kardashian is. But anyways, gossipers, what are your thoughts that all 10, including excluding one, I'm gonna say excluding because that one is dead now, but everybody's walking free. Nobody is spending any lengthy time behind bars for this. Again, this was 10 years ago. They just got to the trial 2025 with a guilty verdict, but because of their ages, they were suspended. The sentences was suspended by 5 years, which would leave 3 years for them, but in some capacity they did do. You know what, let me see if any of the robbers served time. Let me look into that. Okay, so they're saying that the reason why, well, it says their sentences were largely suspended and counted against time already served during pre-trial detention. So they had pre-trial detention, and because they served that, the 8 years minus the 5 year suspension with the pre-trial detention, that's why they're not going into jail. So I wanted to make sure to look it up because I'm trying to see, did anybody at least serve a couple days after they were found out? But for the roles in the described as most terrifying. No, that's it. Okay, let me read exactly what it says. It says, this is what I text in. I text in Google. I said, did any of the robbers in the Kim Kardashian robbery case serve prison time? And this is the reply from the Google. No, according to news reports on May 23rd, 2025, none of the individuals convicted in the Kim Kardashian Paris robbery case will serve any additional prison time. All 8 defendants were found guilty and sentenced to prison, but their sentences were largely suspended and counted against time already served during pre-trial detention. So pre-trial detention, to me, that sounds like you weren't in jail, but you were on suspension, if you get what I'm saying, right? Somebody correct me in it if that what it meant, that, pre-trial detention, meaning they weren't in jail, but they were, what's the word? What do they give criminals? Criminals, they don't go to jail, but they have to do something service, like community service or something to that effect. So if you know the laws in Paris, France, let us know. But yeah, that's it for Kim Kardashian. It's done. It's over with. She also completed law school-ish. The baby law school-ish thing. But she did. Anyway, she did that. And it was so cute because for the graduation, she had her kids dressed up as lawyers to pay homage to her dad, Robert Kardashian, and now their mom, Kim Kardashian, is now a lawyer-ish, right? Okay, gossipers, what are your thoughts? Thank you for watching and listening.